Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Little King story playthrough. It is finally time to take on one of those false kings, and we are going to give him hell. Don't know why I am, deciding to go back into my citizen list, because we did all of this yesterday. We made sure we were all good in the hood. And it's all grand, but, I mean, this is my team if you wanted to know what the hell it looked like if you didn't already. And this is going to be more than enough to take on the Kingdom of the Jolly. At least I hope so, anyway. So, on we go to battle. Thankfully, we have made that jump cannon, so we can just leap all the way to the front of the Kingdom of the Jolly, and we can just walk straight in. Although I'm still looking for that wonder spot, which is not here, and it is really frustrating me. Well, I suppose whilst I'm here, might as well dig up the hole. It's not going to do me any harm, because, I mean, the fight itself isn't going to last very long at all. And, oh, there are Aroni. I cannot be bothered to deal with you today. Now, I just want is meant to be in that little nook there, but just... the thing's just absolutely nowhere. Confuses the heck out of me, because there is a wonder spot here. And I just have absolutely no idea why I can't see it. Oh well, the party grounds are up ahead, so the party starts once you get tipsy. This kingdom parties all year round, and it's going to be interesting. So here we are in the Kingdom of the Jolly with what's easily one of the most disappointing songs in the game, because it's just the sound of the Japanese no, I believe. Or at least it uses music that is commonly used in the no or the nogaku. Because that's basically like a classical form of musical drama. And yeah, the music here can get a little bit frustrating because it is just the sound of the instrument and the typical "hoi" sound. That was probably ever so slightly really racist. But you get the gist. It's that typical Japanese sound that's in quite a lot of classical Japanese songs. And as you would see, these only can set our poor soldiers alight. So, oh, good grief, he can throw far, can he? Jeez, I wasn't expecting that. So, these Oni are going to throw, well, what are essentially Molotov cocktails. Which is ridiculous, really. It's just like, good grief. Also, oh, those Oni were having a lovely little picnic. And then we completely ruined their date. I'm sorry, but it was necessary. Also, yay! Art piece number 35, Poison Dragon. It's quite a good looking dragon, actually. As long as there is love in this world, the cherry blossoms continue to bloom. As long as there is love in this world, we'll party every night. Which, I mean, is fair enough. If you want to have a party and just go all night long, then go for it. I don't see why not. I mean, I'm certainly not one to pull an all-nighter going out clubbing. I don't think I've ever actually done an all-nighter and stayed out until the club's closed. Yeah, because the thing is that I need my sleep. I don't do well without sleep. So, yeah, I mean, I think I have certainly done an all-nighter. I mean, I've pretty much done an all-nighter twice, because once it was when we stayed up watching movies at uni. That was a fun night. And then there was my May ball, where obviously I had to make it to the survivors photo, which was making it through the entire night. And I suffered the next day, but it was worth it. But anyway, we've got the God memo, and up ahead is the king we have been waiting to see.
Avoid Nahura Opori Kapade Shulokatoshugan Ruzra Tapena Soy Kansu Butaya Ne Baba Han Nahura Tosta Yoshika小豆大がはダメダメ来るってか酔っておりますあつだだるうっぺなとばってんあるからばいみよかっこえとまとめとかけてもうあっぱれ来るたっぺちゃふじゃけドブロークぶちゃらんじゃったけペッペ乾杯
So yes, King Duvroc is an absolute drunkard. He is sitting atop these beer crates and constantly chugging wine and beer and all sorts of alcoholic beverages. And really, he's not all that hard. You just send in your hardened soldiers, they will leap up top and take him down, whilst the rest of your soldiers and citizens can deal with the boxes to try and get him lower, and your hunters can target him, and that's fine. You've just got to pretty much just stay out of the way of his attacks, which is pretty easy. Now, what's really quite cool is that the song for King Duvroc's battle is the Habanera, which is an aria from Georges Bizet's 1875 opera Carmen. Habanera is the popular name for the song, which is La mort est un oiseau rebelle, which is love is a rebellious bird, and you've certainly probably heard it somewhere before. It's really quite famous. And if I recall correctly, the first time that the song that sticks out in my head, or at least the version of the song that I have in my head, is when this is quite embarrassing, but in The Three Musketeers, the Mickey Mouse version, Clarabelle Cow sings a song to this tune to Goofy, and it's quite hilarious. It's certainly a highlight of that movie. But yeah, it's just like, okay, I like this song. Now, unfortunately, there aren't any ways to heal yourself in this arena, so if you get hit, you are going to be in for potentially a world of hurt. It's certainly recommended that you get your hunters to try and take out the Oni on either side of the arena. Oh, there's one. Oh, thank God for that. I was worried that I was going to completely die and everything was just going to end horrendously, but we're okay. Now, obviously, Duvroc has got a very Japanese style, because obviously you've got the cherry blossoms, you had all the, like, the chinking of glasses, and the hoi! Ho! That noise, which I really should probably stop doing. Then also, the language that he was using. Well, I don't know whether it was entirely Japanese. He certainly said "kampai" at the end, which is essentially the Japanese equivalent for cheers or bottoms up. So not only did they go full Japan with his aesthetic, they also went with it with his voice as well. But yeah, Duvroc's really nothing much to worry about if you've got hardened soldiers, because they just cling on, and really you've got little else to focus on, because even though the Oni men are going to try and ruin you, just send in your hardened soldiers. I mean, if one of them's got a parasol, then yeah, he really doesn't stand a chance.
Duvroc. だっぺなします。逆にしたろずらだべな。ズログのじゃけ。やくるあざい。あかるばな。違うべな。ぶちゃらんじゃったけペッペ。
So, that was a successful battle, isn't it? And also, it just feels really odd that there are mobile phones and, street lights in this universe, but I'm sure I can live with that. Also, good lord, how many blooming things did you need to give me? I mean, I'm totally down with this, because this is just going to bring in so much money. Which means we're going to be able to do so much more! But, I've got to pick all the stuff up, damn it! So, yes, let's free the princess that is inevitably waiting inside this vase, eh? I wonder who it's going to be. So, yeah, we are now a polygamist. Nice! Now let's see, how much did we make? Oh, it feels so good. 11,425,000 bol. Beautiful!
Difficult to leave could not to rise. Easy as go or zaku. Difficult to leave could not to rise. Easy as go or zaku leave. Go or zaku leave. Go or zaku leave. Where does it? To solve true difficult to leave.
Didn't quite need to know that, Hauser, but, oh! That's not good. I mean, I suppose that helps out a little bit, but I'd rather not have earthquakes in my kingdom, thank you very much.
Difficult to leave to solve true difficult mail outlook following on and was difficult to leave to run. Where Azul will be there rainbow.
So yes, we've rescued Princess Bouquet. And obviously, it's party time! So we're just going to have a wander around the kingdom and celebrate, speak to our wonderful princess, and all is going to be right with the world. Now, what's actually quite interesting is that Princess Bouquet is actually Duvroc's daughter. It's verified several times when Duvroc and Bouquet mention one another. Bouquet, I think at some point, will even make a request that you tell her father, Duvroc, that she's doing well and that she misses him. Another hint that they're related is actually Bouquet's name, because even though obviously bouquet means flowers, it is also a term used to describe the scent of wine, which obviously is King Duvroc's main thing. Now, what's also quite interesting is that Princess Bouquet has a full name. Her first name is actually Scarlet, as you probably saw in that massive reel of text of sums and maths and all that jazz. And I think that she is actually the only princess to have such a double-barreled name. I mean, apparently, well, her given name, Scarlet, is named after the mixed drink Scarlet O'Hara, which is made from peach liqueur and cranberry juice, while obviously the surname is used for a term for describing layers of smells and aromas perceived in wine. There is mentioned on the Little King Story Wikia that her name could possibly be an homage to Princess Daisy, because of, you know, bouquet cut of flowers, but yeah, I think it's a small chance of that being the case. But also another thing that gets revealed is that Bouquet quarrelled quite a bit with King Duvroc, and she actually put herself in the vase to escape from his noisy partying, and the chances of Duvroc being sober is about 70%. But she does obviously still care about her father, so it's all good. And yes, everything seems wonderful at this little party. Everyone's celebrating by having bottles of alcohol on their heads, and I'm sure they are loving this, because they just get to drink and drink and drink and drink and drink until the cows come home. But unfortunately, the cows are coming home right now, because I think that is enough for today. It is time to finish the festivities and get on with everything that awaits us. So let's continue dominating the world. Ha ha!